Welcome to The Explainer. You ever find yourself staring at a huge list of financial transactions, just thinking, there has to be a smarter way to figure all this out? Well, you're right, there is. And believe it or not, it all kicks off with one kinda strange sounding question. I just love this question. It's from a student in our source material, and it perfectly captures that feeling of, what in the world does that even mean? You know, it really does sound like we're about to put a leash on a book and head to the park. But don't worry, no ledgers will be harmed today. The real answer? We're about to take this cluttered diary of financial stuff, and turn it into an incredibly powerful tool. One that gives you clarity and helps you make smart decisions. This whole process is called posting, and it's the absolute key to unlocking the story your numbers are trying to tell you. So every story in accounting, it starts in the same place, the general journal. Just think of it like a company's financial diary. Every single thing that happens with money, every sale, every purchase, every bill you pay, it gets written down right here, one after the other by date. Now it's complete, which is great, but it's also, well, it's a total jumble. And this table right here, it shows you the problem perfectly. See? On Monday, you buy supplies. Tuesday, a client finally pays you. Wednesday, you got to pay the rent. It's all there, all recorded in order. But this format creates a massive headache. How are you supposed to answer a simple question when all the info is mixed together like this? Exactly. If you wanted to find your current cash balance, you'd have to scan this entire list, pull out every single entry that even mentions cash, and then do all the addition and subtraction by hand. I mean, it's slow, it's not efficient at all, and it is so easy to make a mistake. There's gotta be a better way. And thankfully, there is. Okay, this is where the magic happens. The solution is a process that takes our big chronological diary and sorts everything into these neat, organized categories. And this is what we call posting. Now, don't let the formal definition scare you. Posting is, at its heart, just a sorting job. That's it. We take each line item from that big, messy journal and we move it to its own special page, or ledger. So you'll end up with one page just for cash, another one just for sales, one for rent, and so on for every account. Yes, this is that brilliant aha moment from the student in our source material. And it just perfectly nails the core idea. Seriously, forget the jargon for a second. Just picture taking a big, messy stack of papers and sorting them into neatly labeled file folders. That's all we're doing. That is posting. It's such a simple idea, but it has a huge impact. We're going from one long, hard-to-read story to basically a whole library of perfectly organized summaries. So let's actually walk through an example and see exactly how it's done. Okay, let's get practical. To really see how this works, we're going to follow one single transaction from its start in the journal all the way to its new home in the ledgers. So, here it is, our example transaction, just sitting in the general journal. On January 1st, the business bought $5,000 worth of goods, and they paid with cash. Now, basic accounting says we debit the goods account to show we got more of them, and we credit the cash account to show our cash went down. Right now, it's just one little entry in a long list. So, let's post it. First up, we're going to handle the debit part. We go and find the dedicated ledger page for our goods account, and we just transfer that $5,000 over to the debit side. It's literally like putting the first piece of paper into the correct file folder. Simple as that. And next, you guessed it, we do the exact same thing for the credit. We find the ledger for the cash account, and we enter that $5,000 on the credit side. And just like that, the transaction is all sorted out. But we're not quite done. There is one more tiny but absolutely crucial detail that makes this whole system work. This right here, this is the secret sauce. You see, to prevent mistakes and to let anybody check our work, we need to create a clear two-way link between the original journal entry and its new home in the ledger. It's like leaving a perfect set of footprints so anyone can follow your trail. This little process creates a perfect two-way street. So as you see on the slide, in the ledger, you jot down the journal page number. Then, and this is the key, you go back to the journal and you write down the ledger account number. This simple back and forth, this cross-referencing, it creates an unbreakable, auditable trail. It means anybody can pick up the books and trace any transaction from start to finish, no problem. So why do we go through all this trouble, all this sorting and cross-referencing? Well, it's for this moment right here, the payoff, that beautiful, effortless clarity you get after all the work is done. So after we've posted all of our transactions for the month, what happens if we want to know how much we spent on goods? Do we dig through that messy journal? Nope. We just flip to the goods ledger page, add up the column, and bam, there it is, the final balance. An instant answer, no hunting, no guessing. And that's the whole transformation, isn't it? We took this chronological mess and turned it into an organized dashboard. Now we can see at a single glance the status of every part of our business, how much cash we have, who owes us money, who we owe money to. It's all right there, all thanks to the simple process of sorting. And that really brings us to the final powerful takeaway from our source material. Posting isn't just some boring administrative task. It's not taking the journal for a walk. It is the very heart of the entire system. It's the engine that turns all that raw data into meaningful, useful knowledge. So, what story are your numbers waiting to tell?